James, I have been inspired. We are going to be talking about the trailer for Countdown, which is a horror movie that centers on an app that gives you a countdown to when you are going to die. Now, I've been inspired because, you know me, I'm always trying to hatch up a scheme, an idea, and
You're a get-rich-quick type of guy.
Very much
for
so.
Sure.
Very
and
much so.
apps are where it's at.
I'm all about that short term, baby. I have created an app that tells you how long a celebrity has before they have a scandal. And it counts down for you.
A scandal or just like their career just completely
It's a general scandal. Now, whether or not that sinks their career or not is up for interpretation.
Okay.
But
it's
you can
a scandal happens.
Yes. So give me a celebrity.
I gotta throw out Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. He's a pretty squeaky clean guy.
I know. That's why I thought of him.
We'll see what the app says, though. And let's see. Unfortunately, Tom Hanks only has about 3 years, 7 months, and 22 hours until his scandal.
Can he turn it around, or is this set in stone? The app says it, then it's happening.
The app says it, man.
I got another one for you. For your app.
Yep, please.
All right.
It's here. It's ready.
All right, I'm ready. Emil Hirsch.
Emil Hirsch? Okay. Let's see. It says -2 years, 7 months, 30. Yeah, no.
We shouldn't be employing him.
Give me one more.
One more. Kanye West. Gotta go. The celebrity of the celebrities.
Kanye West.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he's already had quite a few. We'll see if he has another one. Shit. The app crashed. Okay. So Kanye West killed my fucking app.
It wasn't going to make you any money anyway, Kevin. I promise.
No, hang on. I can... No, this thing's dead. Okay, well, I got to do some magic here to try and get this app back
of course.
up. I haven't even come up with a name for it, so you know what? It's fine. We're very much in the beta stage.
That'll be our post-credit scene, is coming up with a name for this made-up app that we definitely didn't create.
Fuck you, believe in the bit, man. This app is real. Well, while I'm trying to figure out this app, see if I can get the coding right, we are going to be talking about trailers tonight. We are going to be talking,
as always,
about Countdown. We are going to be talking about the Secret Garden remake.
We'll also talk about a new trailer for Knives Out.
Yes.
Which came out, and that's going to be exciting also. But before all of that,
there's a theme song.
We should roll the theme song.
You can't haul your stuff without a trailer hitch. Trailer hitch.
Grab a seat, pour yourselves some whiskey neat. It's time to judge the shit out of these future releases by the movie trailers. We're trailer hits. This movie might totally suck, but the whiskey sure is going down fine. Yeah, we're trailer hits.
Right. I'm just looking at this app, man, and every time I plug it in, it just says Kanye West, oh God, oh God, oh God, and then it crashes again. So this is going to take a while, but that's okay. We got a lot to cover tonight. Welcome to Trailer Hitch. Hi, I'm Kevin.
Do you mean oh Yeezus?
Oh, nice. I did not expect a rap reference from you. Good for you.
Hi, everyone. I'm James. Welcome to Trailer Hitch.
This is a podcast where we rate and review movie trailers. We rate them on a scale of need to see more, or never need to see. Mm-hmm. If James and I both give a trailer a need to see rating, we celebrate. Then we go. We see the movie, report back to you guys in a segment called Trailer in the Rear View, in which we talk about a trailer in retrospect. How does it hold up after we've seen the film? Did it give too much away, or did it set it up perfectly? And then we also talk about the film writ large. But we're not going to be talking about those films. We're talking about the trailers.
That's right. We got trailers to talk about here, guys.
Indeed. First up, we are going to be doing a trailer tune-up. So this is when we've already reviewed the first trailer for a particular film, and now we have a second trailer, and we're going to be updating you guys on our thoughts. So we are going to be doing Knives Out. So the first time we did this, James and I responded quite well. That got a coveted double need to see.
Oh, we were very positive on this. We were very excited.
We put our knives away. That's how excited we were. Yes. And now we have a second trailer. So we're going to just take this into our shop. We're going to give it a little tune-up. We're going to let you know how we feel about it now.
The family is truly desperate. When people get desperate, the knives come out. This is a twisted web. And we are not finished untangling it. Not yet.
So I'll just go right out and say for the second trailer definitely removed a lot of the humor, definitely more built around the mystery component. It is not going nearly as much for the yucks as the first trailer did.
So I 100% agree with you.
Mhm.
It's definitely less humorous. But what it lacks in humor, it picks up in style and also the world of this family. It's
Yes.
like that's the world building that it's doing. And I think this trailer was all about the style and just the framework of the cross-examination of interviewing or interrogating every single person of the family.
Oh, I completely agree. Instead of focusing and letting the humor
Drive.
hit throughout the trailer and drive it, exactly,
Yeah.
we are now just letting the story do that and the characters do that. And it's selling you on what I think this is at heart, which is an Agatha Christie style mystery.
Oh, it's not just your thought process. I've read a couple interviews with Rian Johnson talking about this, and that is the inspiration for this.
We do get like interesting pieces of information in this trailer. For example, Jamie Lee Curtis's character says, I don't even understand why you're here. My father committed suicide. And so there is even discrepancy for how the dude died in the first place. And then it leads to wondering, well, are you guys just trying to hide that something nefarious happened? But now it's becoming incredibly clear that something weird is happening right now.
Absolutely.
And that in of itself was really interesting. And I think those nuggets are what were carrying me through the trailer.
It's like, oh no, this trailer is designed to be like, I'm interrogating every single suspect. So within the frame of an interrogation, we're getting a little bit of each one of these characters. And that was kind of an interesting way to do it, because I think the first trailer was a little bit more traditionally cut, and it's a little bit more out of context here and there with some yucks and jokes thrown in. This one definitely had a style to it, and it stuck to it. It was interesting because this trailer had some of the same moments from that first trailer.
And then played it slightly differently.
Different, right.
Yeah.
The first trailer had like the moment of Chris Evans, for example.
The eat shit
moment. That's played as a joke in that first trailer. And in this trailer, it really doesn't. It really more plays it as a, oh no, we're just getting to know this guy in relation to the rest of his family. Like, it's so interesting how you can take the same moment and in two different trailers tell a completely different story with it.
Yeah.
So that was different. And also I think I liked the music in the first trailer more. You know, they had that hint of the Frank Sinatra song.
Yes.
And I thought that was aces. I thought that worked really well. But overall, I thought this was a bold choice and an effective trailer. And I really liked this one.
I did too, yeah. And again, just I really wanted to bring it up on the podcast because it was such a stylistic shift
It's
from that first trailer.
different.
And it's interesting that both of them ended up working. And I just find it really fascinating that it really did branch out in how it could pitch this story to me while still being incredibly effective at
Absolutely. And this is what we like to see in the trailer tune-up section, is trailers that actually are different from their first trailer. And like you said, I loved this one just as much.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm prepared to say more than the first one, but definitely not less. So I think it's on par. And it's still a need to see it for me.
It's still a need to see for me too.
Cheers, man.
We will do a cheers. We will do a cheers.
Double need to sees.
Again, this trailer just took a massive left turn on us, and we were following it every step of the way. And that in of itself, I think, is worth commending. Well, we like to see those. We like to see those crazy left turns. You know what we don't like to see?
Tell me.
How long we have until we die. But unfortunately, this next trailer is going to give us just that. This is the trailer for Countdown.
The Countdown app, it's really just a random number with a clock. It's not that scary, but it seems like it worked on YouTube clowns.
This must be everyone that downloaded the app.
My sister, she downloaded it.
All we need to do is beat the clock by 1 second.
Have you ever done anything like this before?
No, but I've read about it. A lot.
It's the final countdown for these people. This is Countdown. This is written and directed by Justin Deck. This is starring Elizabeth Lale, Charlie McDermott, Ann Winters, and Tom Segura. Our random shout out. Be quiet, because we're doing a random shout out. Because we do random shout outs here on Trailer Hitch.
Epic thematic music to it, man.
The top billed people tend to hog all the credit when we go through the cast.
As always,
so we like to go through, give a random shout out to someone. So we are going to shout out Paul Rio, who was a visual effects compositor. Hey, Paul, given the amount of apps that are in this movie, I'm assuming you had to do a brunt of the work. And I'd like to say, good job, bud. We see you. So this is Countdown. This begins as a generic ad. It's our phones are just connected to our daily lives. And it's like, we know.
You know, I was very excited for a second, thinking like the 90s trailer voiceover was back for this movie.
But instead, we have Countdown. This is an app where you put your information in, and then it gives you a countdown for how long you have until you die. We initially see a woman at a party put her information in, and she's like, oh, wow, I got another 70 years left in me. And bear in mind, she looks to be about in her late 20s or 30s, so you go, girl. Our character is like, well, all right, I guess I'm going to put my information in and see what I get. Tee-hee-hee. What if I get 30 years or whatever? She gets 2 days.
Bummer.
It's disquieting. It's pretty disquieting. And we see other various characters who are like, oh, I only have a few days left. Well, it's just a silly app. No need to be concerned about this, eh? And then you see a woman see the countdown go down. And then all of a sudden she hears a noise. And she's in her bathroom. And she sees that the shower curtain is drawn. She whips that back. There's no one there. That countdown's about to hit 0. She's dead alone in her house. What could go wrong? The ceiling. The ceiling pulls her up.
Supernatural
yanks
ceilings.
her the fuck up out of you.
That's right.
She was sold on her home having nice high ceilings, and it came back to bite her because she flops down on that tub and she's a goner.
Little did
right
she know,
as it hit
her
0.
phone and her ceiling were in cahoots.
Now, panic starts to form because, oh my God, people are actually starting to go down left and right, and we think it's because of the app. And so this woman goes, she tries to change her cell phone carrier, change her number. She's like, all right, I beat it because I got rid of my Nokia or whatever.
Yeah, she got like a new phone, and obviously she didn't download the app intentionally, but the app, because it's in some way it is supernatural, it automatically knew that she got a new phone.
Right, exactly.
So the app updated onto her new phone anyway.
Whether you have Verizon or Sprint, Satan's got your number if you downloaded this app. All of a sudden, okay, now she's meeting other people who have the countdown too, and they start to band together. We see various people get attacked from supernatural forces. There is some long-fingered thing that is attacking people.
A long-fingered, shadowy creature.
Yes.
But we only see their forearm up to their finger, really. I mean, we see in her car, backward camera.
Yes.
We see a figure that eventually disappears and then just pops up right behind her for a classic jump scare.
Yes.
But yeah,
it's evidently not very effective because she's able to get out of the car and go on about her business.
Yeah, it's almost like she just jump cuts out of the car.
More or less. And it's also really unfortunate because that kind of undercuts the threat a little bit. And also it kind of raises questions because up until now throughout this trailer, we've gotten the rule of, once that thing hits like 10 seconds, this long-fingered fella is going to come for you, or your ceiling is going to turn on you, and it's going to attack you.
With the exception of the main character, though, because she seems to be tormented by this thing, even though she's not within 10 seconds of dying.
Yeah.
It's just like showing up.
Well, maybe Satan is just looking at his app, and he's like, I got a few hours. I could mess with that blonde lady in the parking lot. And then he like goes and puts his fingers on her face and then he's like, tee, and then goes off.
And then runs away.
I'll be back in. Well, you got the countdown. You know,
got
and
the
he
countdown.
just hustles away.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I will say from a positive standpoint, I do like the gag at the end. She is laying in her bed with her new soon to be dead boo. She hears a noise that's like out in the hallway of this room, and she's got her boo's arm around her, and she's calling out. She's kind of like shoving the arm, and it's like, oh, bud, like, wake up. And then all of a sudden the door flies open, and it's her boo standing at the doorway. And turns out you're goddamn right, the long-fingered fella. He was the one in the bed with her, which means
They were spooning. It was adorable.
Which means you get to imagine this Satan is just kind of like, I got the gag that'll get her, and it just like crawls into bed with her. So that's our general synopsis in terms of what we have here. It's hard, man, because it's one of those things where I think there may be the makings for a solid satire here. The idea that we become so consumed with the information that we get on our phones that it just like ends up taking over our lives in some way. That said, I'm not really getting that here.
I'm thinking it's not so much that things are taking over our lives. I think it's more a commentary, and look, I know I'm doing a deep dive here, and this movie probably doesn't deserve it, but I think
I know what you're talking about. We got long-fingered
I
Satan.
think the commentary is supposed to be more that we sign away our whatever. We blindly click on stuff just for a quick laugh, not really realizing the implications it might have for us later. It's more like we do things blindly now. Like, just like without thinking.
Yeah.
It's not that we're going to be obsessed with it.
Which
it's just look at this thing as a joke and then forget about it.
Before she hits okay, we do see in very, very small print the terms and conditions.
Oh, did we? I didn't even really clock that. Okay, interesting.
In very small print. You yield the right to have your ceiling murder you. Yes. Now, it is one of those things where I do think that is probably closer to what it's going for. And I think...
Is that good, though? Does it make it deep?
But at the same time, though, it doesn't really explore it all that much. I mean, whether it's the idea of us just willfully giving up our information, or whether it's the idea of us being consumed by our technology, it kind of starts with an idea and then just kind of decides, okay, whatever.
There were moments of this trailer where I honestly was like, this looks kitschy and fun.
Right.
There were. Yeah. And then there were moments where I'm
again,
like...
the bed gag at the end is very good.
Yeah. But there were also moments where I'm like, I think this at times is taking itself too seriously. But there's moments where I'm like, this knows how silly it is.
Right.
But I'm getting this weird balance where it's like, I want 100% to know that this movie knows how silly this is.
You know who would have...
And I don't know that. I'm not getting that vibe.
Who would have killed this movie? Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi would have made this so goddamn fun.
Yes, for sure.
And I think you're right. I think that's kind of what else is missing about this is the general sense of fun. I mean, Tom Segura basically being like, oh, you guys bought this, you're dumb, didn't land for me.
I don't know. I'm so torn between never need to see and need to see more. I think I'm gonna go with need to see more on this one.
Okay.
Because I feel like it could spit out another trailer where it's like, no, you didn't get it that last time. Okay, we'll show you. We know we're silly. We know we're silly. Maybe. And so that's why I'm going with need to see more.
That's fair, man. What I'm getting right now from this trailer takes a really goofy idea that I think could be made really fun. There's a long-fingered fuck that hangs out in parking lots just to spook blonde women.
Yeah, and the long-fingered fella doesn't do much for me. I'm just like...
Yeah, it's a very generic
and
villain.
Like, maybe they know that, but show me that you know that. Show me that you know it's silly. That this is just a long finger fella.
Yeah, exactly. Just show me someone reacting to long fingered fella in that same parking lot and just like he's so generic looking no one cares.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah. Or like you see him get out of the back of her Nissan or whatever and someone's just kind of like, oh, excuse me, sir. And then just like walks right on by.
Or when she, in the bed bit that you actually liked, when she realizes it's the long finger fella, she could just look down and go, oh, come on, dude. Something. Just something to tip your hand that this is ridiculous.
And that's what I'm missing right now, and that's why, unfortunately, it's never need to see. But, I mean, of course, I'm really hoping that this can turn around, because I do think that there is potential within the premise.
Okay.
But as of right now, I want to get away from this trailer. I want to head to perhaps a meadow. I'm fucking with you. It's a secret garden. We're going to go and watch the secret garden.
I was like, how did you fuck that up?
Shall I tell you a story? It's the story of an orphan girl from a faraway land who was sent to live in a mysterious house. And what if I were to tell you she discovered something magical?
Don't say a word about these plants, because this is The Secret Garden. This is directed by Mark Munden. This is written by Jack Thorne. This is starring Colin Firth, Maeve Dermondi, Julie Walters. Our random shout out is going to go to Jason Stedman, who was the unit driver. Hey, Jason, thanks for driving people around, bud.
That's right. It's a job. Someone's got to do it.
James, tell me what's going on in the Secret Garden.
All right,
but do so secretively.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Does that just mean quieter?
I guess. Whatever you gotta do to keep the secret from staying within the collective, man.
So, there's a little girl.
Right.
She's our main character.
Mm-hmm.
She's from a far-off land. The voiceover told us so. That's how we know. Okay? And she's coming to a place where supposedly Colin Firth is the owner of this mansion. Whether it's a relation or of not is a little ambiguous in this trailer.
Sure.
But she seems to not be super thrilled with her scenario at the moment. But as any child does, they're going to go exploring a little bit. And as she's exploring, she stumbles across a great many things, one of them being an ancient-looking key. And the key leads her to, you would think, a door, but no, not in this trailer. It leads her to some sort of high wall maybe that she possibly climbs. The next shot is her just falling and rolling, and then she looks up and smiles and then starts running around.
Right.
I'm like, where did that key come into place? The key seemed kind of important. So she stumbles across this magical area that is just wondrous plant life and nature and just everything. But more so than what you or I have experienced, it is magic. She can see it. She can see it blooming in front of her eyes within seconds, and things change and adapt to her as she goes. And she clearly has some run-ins with Molly Weasley from Harry Potter.
Jesus Christ, what a pull. Okay.
Thank you. She has some run-ins with her. We get some voice from Colin Firth being like, don't cause trouble now, otherwise I'm going to send you back to freaking wherever you came from, you little bastard. Some shit like that.
Yeah, but at the same time, this little girl is like, I got magic plants. What are you really going to do?
Exactly. And she also meets a friend. We don't get much from the friend in this trailer. But they go frolicking in the secret garden.
Right.
Which is magical. As I've said multiple times, it's a magic garden that's secret. Shut up about it. It's a pretty vague trailer.
It's pretty vague. I think it's really light on conflict, too, because it's basically girl gets to boarding house. She seems bummed.
If it's even a boarding house, it's so vague about it.
Yeah.
What is this even? It's a mansion. The voiceover tells us that.
Mm-hmm.
Again, thanks, voiceover.
Which makes sense. You're not going to find the garden in a public park or something. A secret garden is something only the rich would keep for themselves.
Yeah, you're not going to find the secret garden in the La Brea tar pits. It's just not going to happen.
Right. You're not going to be walking around Griffith Park and then all of a sudden a goddamn rose is going to just slither its way up to you and
Just rattlesnakes.
No, it's just rattlesnakes. It's just death and danger because it's free. But these rich people, oh no, they get all the secret
They don't even know what they have. It's secrets.
You mean the thing next to my third yacht? Yes,
I never go near that yacht.
She heads into the secret garden. It's really magical. It lights her up with wonder, which makes sense because it's magic. And people
so exasperated.
People are like, well, don't go in there or otherwise we'll send you back. But once again, when you have the power of magic flora and fauna on your side, I don't really buy that Colin Firth is going to be able to do much of anything.
No, he seems very content with just staying behind his desk and not moving a whole lot. If this trailer tells us anything. The trailer goes out of its way in terms of musical score and title cards and just like the flourishing flowers behind the title cards.
Yes.
To kind of bolster up the fact that, this will be epic. It just seems like they're missing the mark on the advertising angle of it. Like they're almost going for a more energetic romp or adventure when it's not really that. It's interesting to me.
I do think it's just, it's a movie. You have a child protagonist. There should be goddamn magic in here. I feel like the magical component is kind of being shoehorned in here because as a title card very strongly suggested that this was from a producer of Harry Potter.
I'm trying to say biased as someone who's maybe seeing this trailer and knowing nothing about it. And I think that the impression you're getting is the correct one. Like, I don't see how you could possibly be getting any other impression. Me knowing a little bit more because there is a 1993 adaptation of this book, because it's a book first. In 1993, there was a movie. I had this VHS as a kid, and I watched it a lot as a kid. There was a few things I watched a lot. It was Star Wars. It was The Secret Garden. It was Fantasia. You know? It was that kind of stuff, and a lot of other stuff, I promise you. I won't go down the rabbit hole of all the movies I watched when I was a little kid, because it is extensive. But Secret Garden was one of them.
If you want to subscribe to our Patreon, where you do get bonus contents with our episodes, you will hear an hour of material of James saying, starting from the age of 7, I watched, and he's just reading off of a list.
First of all, do we have a Patreon that you're making money off of that you haven't told me about? Because good for you, buddy.
As I said at the top of the episode, I'm all about those schemes, baby.
Yes, you are. You did say that. So knowing a little bit about Secret Garden, it's interesting because there is conflict. There is there is magic, but not to the grandiose level that I think this trailer is bolstering itself up to be.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that is in the music. The music and the way it's cut is, and the way it's shot is meant to give it way more epicness.
What's left, James?
Well, I mean, just the script and the performances are probably the more true aspect of what remains from the book or the previous adaptation, which is, this is a really soft in tone story. There is magic, there is conflict, but it's not epic conflict. It's not epic magic. It's subtle.
It's not as abracadabra.
No, it's subtle and it's wondrous. It's charming and it is feel good. I think those are good terms to describe the Secret Garden. And this trailer, I think, was going more for an epic route or an adventurous route. And it's not. I just never got the feeling of adventure. It was more. It was more a character movie. It was more about just finding oneself in their surroundings, and I just thought it was interesting the way they went with it.
Yeah, you're saying that the original pulled a chocolate bunny out of a hat to make you feel better, whereas this is pulling a literal bunny out of a hat. And
yeah, sure.
Specifically, you kind of bringing up the older Secret Garden trailer. Yeah, the fact that the original was much more character driven. At the same time, I guess that's not that surprising, just given how much I think recent movies are trying to hit the big magic, and they want to hit that Harry Potter dollar. Because at the end of the day, let's be real, folks. Fantastic Beasts, that's not satisfying the Warner Brothers itch. They want more, goddammit. They want another big franchise. And right now, do I think that this is it with the Secret Garden? I mean, granted, I'm not their target audience. I'm certainly not a kid or an adolescent. For me, though, no. This is not doing anything for me.
It's one of those things where I don't know if anyone is going to respond to this trailer.
Yeah.
I honestly would be very interested if anyone saw this trailer and went, I gotta see that movie. Whereas if you actually...
Hell yeah, ferns!
If you actually went with, like, is this a Poison Ivy prequel? Like, what is this?
If this was just a giant... I would honestly lose my shit. That would be pretty
bold, right?
It would be so bold. I think what would have really helped is getting a little bit more of her character prior to her getting to said garden.
Yes!
We have one shot where she's in this room and it does look very drab and sad. And that, as of now, doesn't really feel like enough for me to really connect with her.
If you would have actually taken a step back and made a trailer that was more about the characters, not just her, definitely her, but also this other person we have, this other boy we have in the trailer, and anyone else maybe. But if you would have made it more a character study, and I know the term character study sounds dry and boring, but if you would have just focused on those people, I think it would have been a more engaging trailer. This was just like nothing to me. It was just blah. And I think you were going in this direction too, but looking at this, it's so weird that this is a never need to see it for me, but it is, because it's just nothing. It's nothing. It's all flash. Once you take that flash away, there's nothing there that it's giving you. It's a never need to see it for me.
Yeah, this is a really hard never need to see for me.
Do we cheers? Do we cheers on double never need to see? We don't. I think normally.
We sigh. I think we just...
We want you to be better. Be better.
Yeah.
Be better, Secret Garden.
Yeah. Whether that be through character, whether that be through recognizing that magic plants isn't enough in its own right.
Like I said, I think knowing a little bit more about what the source material is, I think you just got to be honest with it. Just what it is, and it might not pop for a lot of people, but at least you'll be honest with it. This didn't feel honest to me.
Well, you know what might be honest though, James? The trailer for the 1993 Secret Garden.
I guess we should take a look at it, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna take a look at it. Okay, so we've done this a few times on the podcast where we've taken a look at a trailer for an older film and talked about it and contrasted it with modern trailers.
But we should have came up with a name for this segment, I think, Kevin.
So we're calling this the backup camera.
The backup camera.
Automobiles, trailers, they got backup cameras. So that way, you know, when you're parallel parking, you're not about to run into a bumper. And that's what we're doing right now. We look at our backup camera. There's 1993 Secret Garden back there.
We're backing up. We're going towards it.
We're going toward it.
And we want to see it with open eyes.
Don't worry. We'll stop before the beeping happens.
Together.
Maybe we could find the door to my mother's garden.
I've been in the secret garden. I found the key.
They discovered the mystery. And the magic.
Yes. Imagine this.
That lies just beyond the garden wall.
So, the 1993 Secret Garden trailer, I will note...
It's different.
It is very different. I will say I like it far more than the 2020 Secret Garden trailer.
So, I've never seen this trailer before. So, this is the first time I'm watching, and I have memories from the movie, but this is the first time I'm watching the trailer.
And was your reaction that this was less obnoxious than the 2020 version?
It 100% was.
Yeah.
Like you said... less obnoxious is like the perfect explanation.
Mhm.
I think this trailer better exemplifies what this movie, what this story is about than what we just watched previously. And whether or not that is boring for you or uninteresting for you is irrelevant in this case. I know in a lot of cases it's like, well, we're just trying to sell tickets. We're just trying to get butts in the seats, you know. But in this case, like, that didn't even sell me on it though.
No.
And that was someone who was familiar with the source material. You weren't, and it still didn't sell you on it.
No.
Because you could I think you could see through the facade.
Yeah.
You know, you could see through the fact that this is trying to be something it's not. And at least this trailer, for all of its 90s voiceover glory,
the 90s kitsch is supreme.
It is
with this trailer,
supreme,
man.
and we'll get there. But it's honest. It is being honest about what the movie's about.
I think it does a better job. We stay in the sad, dreary house for a while.
We get more conflict with the woman who is supposedly a opposing person to our main character.
Yeah.
In this one, it's Professor McGonagall from Harry Potter, not Molly Weasley from Harry Potter. I'm fucking serious, you people.
Okay,
Maggie Smith is the character.
It is Maggie
the
Smith.
Actress. And she has been that old for 30 years.
And I know that no one else in the cast is from Harry Potter because otherwise James would have noted it by now. I will say that, yeah, you're right, because we have an instance where the little girl is like, I hear someone crying in that room, and Maggie Smith is like,
no, you didn't. Shut up.
Go.
Fuck off. You're an idiot.
Don't have empathy. Makes me connect with the girl more because it's like I see, I want to help this person in some way. And that's being stifled. And then the fact that they find this garden that they can kind of keep to themselves, and it's this place where they can go, and it feels like it's magic, and it makes it feel like they can connect with each other is awesome. Like, I understand what this means for the characters far more than that other trailer.
And not just her. All of the characters. Because we get this handicapped cousin.
Yep.
And because it is brilliant, chef's kiss, voiceover 90s trailer, we know that it's her cousin in some strange way.
Can we find a line that says cousin? Nah, have Vito read it.
It's perfect. It's the 90s. We can get away with that. So it's her cousin, but everyone is hiding him away. He's never even seen sunlight. And like we get a lot of stuff from this handicapped cousin who has been just shoved away in a corner, dark corner, never seen sunlight before, but he has information. He knows about his mother who's passed away. Mm-hmm. He knows about this secret garden that his mother kept. And like, holy shit, now instantly we have so much more information about other characters and how this story will progress. And then you think about the trailer we just watched for the present day Secret Garden, and you go, oh, that must be the kid. That must be the other person. And then this trailer is just like, no. There's a second little person she comes across.
To be fair, I was going to say, I'm not trying to sell the 1993 Secret Garden trailer as museum-worthy art.
No, it's chef's kiss. It is museum-worthy art. Shut your mouth.
I will say there are, and bear in mind, it's not the trailer's fault. The trailer is very much 90s kitsch.
It's so 90s.
You know, chef's kisses abound. However, I will say though that the 2020 version does seem to get rid of some narrative bloat. And in that sense, I think the second kid who you mentioned is completely unnecessary.
For the trailer,
absolutely.
You're 100% right.
This kid is just kind of like, I do bird calls and birds show up. I'm super cool with animals. And
they tell me secrets.
Yeah, they tell me secrets.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where, at the end of the day, I feel like we've all kind of come to realize it's probably better if your main character finds the thing that the movie is based around. And I do think that kind of undercuts the main character in this trailer. I will also say, just because we bring up her handicapped cousin who's never seen sunlight, and he's like, my mom passed away, but she did tell me about this secret garden. And then the main girl is like, yeah, Dick, I've already been there. And it does kind of undercut the moment a bit.
I got the key right here, dummy. You idiot. Let me flash this sunlight in your face.
For 1993, it was the equivalent of being like, hey, James, I saw this great meme. And you being like, yeah, I saw it on Reddit 2 weeks ago. It's just kind of like...
I do that all the time. Yeah, it's very deflating.
It's so sad.
But I guess my point for bringing up the other boy who talks to animals is not that he should have been in this trailer, but that this trailer went out of its way to introduce like 2 side characters, where the modern day one didn't even bother to give you anything about even one of them. So I guess that's the only thing I was saying. I wouldn't say the modern trailer should have had both, but the fact that it didn't have either of them was so weird, right?
Yeah.
Like, you were just so shying away from getting close to, like, character emotion stuff? No. Not in this Harry Potter produced trailer, you know?
It does lean really hard into the emotions of it. Mm-hmm. And I think it is stronger because of that. And don't get me wrong, we get a very 90s shot where we see some grass and then all of a sudden, bam, baby, flowers all over.
It was beautiful visual effects for 1993. I don't know what you're talking about.
We still get some of the magic within that trailer.
But it's subtle magic, which is more in line with what the story is about. Mm-hmm. Not this, like, in your face, look at all of this magic flowers.
Yeah.
Like, this one was just like, no, they're blooming in front of you. Anyway, the hand coming through the grassy wall and beckoning with a finger. With a finger, come hither, come hither. And it was very 90s.
It is interesting, and I feel like this is one of the first instances where we have gone back and looked at an older trailer, and it's like, this is objectively an improvement over the modern day counterpart.
Fascinating, right?
Yeah.
Just fascinating. Like, I haven't seen a modern trailer for, like, if there was a modern retelling of The Island of Dr. Moreau, which is an old 90s trailer that we reviewed before. But I don't know. Part of me was like, it had to have been better than that last one, right? Yeah. Whereas this one, it was like, I think the modern one just missed the mark of what this was. Stop trying to sell this as something it's not.
Right.
And that's how I feel about it. And it's honestly an improvement. It's not great. I still think if I'm going to give this an honest rating, it would be, well, hell, as a 30-year-old in 2019, this is still a never need to see it.
What?
But it's better, you know. But as a 30-year-old who grew up watching the 1993 version of The Secret Garden, this is a need to see it. So we're talking about very different, like,
can we just wash it out to a need to see more?
Yes, of course we can.
I'm a need to see more.
That's where I'm getting. That's where I'm getting. But you know what I'm trying to say, though? Like, I'm trying to be unbiased in looking at this old trailer. But at the same time, it's like, this is so much better. It's still like, this is 90s AF.
Correct.
So I'm ending up balancing in the middle, and this is a need to see more. I was going to get there eventually.
I was just trying to get us there a little bit quicker because we have run out of time for the night.
Yeah, we're done. We're done. Let's just wrap it up. How about that?
To all of our listeners, what did you think of The Secret Garden? What did you think of the new Knives Out trailer? Do you have an idea for a name for my celebrity scandal app that I have?
You can write in. We're definitely going to come up with one in our post-credit scene.
Well, maybe. Did you come up with a better name for the monster in Countdown than the long-fingered fella? You can write in and tell us about any of these things through our Gmail address. If you just send us an email to trailerhitchmailbox@gmail.com, we will definitely read any feedback. If you so choose, we will read it out on our next episode. Otherwise, if you are like, I want to do that, but I don't want to open Gmail right now. I'm on Facebook. Is there anything we can do there? You're goddamn right. You just look up Trailer Hitch Podcast on Facebook. You should be able to find us there. You can send us trailer requests. You can send us feedback on that. You can do whatever you want. Just post on that wall. We'll get right to you, or shoot us a message on there, whatever your fancy is. Now, you might be like, I want to, but I want to keep my message to 280 characters or less, but I have terrible self-control. Is there an app that will force me to keep it to 280 characters? Damn right there is. That's Twitter, and we're on that. If you look up Trailer Hitch Pod on Twitter, you can find us there. You can shoot us a brief missive there. Or otherwise, if you're like, I'm trying to reclaim YouTube comments as a place for sane, rational discussion. Is there a way I can do that with your podcast?
A, good luck, but B, yes.
If you look up Trailer Hitch Podcast on YouTube, you can find our entire back catalog there. We got 70 plus episodes that you can catch up on. Otherwise, you can comment on there too. You can let us know what you're thinking. But speaking of listening to this, if you're like, I'll listen to you guys on YouTube, but I'd like other ways to do so. Good news. If you got an Android phone, Stitcher. We're not going to forget about you, Stitcher. Don't worry. We're there. Find our entire back catalog there. Otherwise, if you want to listen to us through Apple-related services, iTunes, baby, we're there. If you just look up Trailer Hitch on iTunes, you can find us there. You can rate us. You can review us. You can subscribe to us. You can do all of the things that help us expand and find new listeners, and hopefully a better name for the monster than the long-fingered fella.
Never gonna happen.
So we would like to thank Danny Schmitz from Lost in a Name for the beautiful intro song that you hear at the beginning of every episode. We would also like to thank Rachel Ashley for the amazing cover art that you see on Facebook and on iTunes and all of her various social medias. You can find her work at Mighty Creations on Instagram. We would like to thank Jenny Hawks, our social media and bad movie correspondent, for her sterling work week in and week out. I would also like to thank Casey Clowers for the amazing outro that you are about to hear momentarily, unless James has a better name for the monster than the long-fingered fella.
Lanky Ligament Larry. We're giving him a name. It's Larry. Done.
God, I'm sure you can top it. Well, hit us up on any of those social medias.
You can't mend holy sails without a sailor stitch, and you can't haul your stuff without a trailer hitch. Trailer hitch.
All right, so I opened up my app again. It just said, what did Kanye West do now? Oh God, oh God, oh God. And then it crashed again. But regardless of whether or not my app will survive or not,
It
won't. Thank you. That's fair.
But we need a name anyway, right?
We need a name anyway, just in case this is ready for the market.
Okay.
So I have mine, you have yours.
Yes.
Here's my pitch, the Prick Predictor.
The Prick Predictor.
Exactly.
Ooh, it's short, it's flashy, it's punchy.
It gets to the point.
Yeah, it really punches you there. Okay, I like that.
Of course. All right. Now, what was yours, sir?
I think I like yours more than mine.
No, it's too late. You got to
mine
yours.
is stupid. I don't want to do mine.
Hey, come on. This is the brainstorming process.
All
There
right.
are no wrong answers.
Mine is not as punchy. It's more lengthy.
I'm here for it.
All right, should I just spit it out? The name for your app is The Cynical Celebrity Scandal Dismantle. Okay, gotta laugh. I'm happy with it.
It's so long.
I know. Millennials will hate it. They have no attention span for a name that's 4 words long.
We want this to be a success, though, James.
But it's so funny.
We want to be able to do this podcast full time. And Prick Predictor is our best shot at it.
Prick Predictor it is. Cheers, sir.
Cheers.
To the Prick Predictor. I hope we last longer than Kanye West.